Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So I want to talk about the Phages Skyfire attack that everyone's been using lately. This is really kind of just an evolution of the all Phage attacks. I kind of showed you guys in a previous video how I still like using all Phages to clear the trash, but there is a bit more consistency, even if it is slightly, with Skyfires added in. And right now this seems to be everyone's go-to farming strategy. So I just want to go over some of the nuances and details, get you up to speed, because if this is something you're not using yet, definitely should give it a go. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right in.
I want to play.
Okay, so now that we're in game, the first thing I want to show you guys is basically the difference between the Skyfires or Phages. It's not huge. So you can see it's actually exactly, if you've got 340 capacity, you might be hovering, plus or minus a few. It's only 25 minutes. But if I remove the Skyfires and just add back the Phages, you can see it's shaving off 2 minutes and a little bit. So it's really not that big of a difference in the troop trading time or the cost to do it. And what's happening with this is, even if there's one of those storages in the center, which is generally the bases you want to skip with all Phages, well, now you don't need to, because you can simply clean it up with the Skyfires. Now, of course, sniper towers are still a problem, so you got to watch out for that. But really, this is all you commit with the attack, right? So like when you do this, you're using all your Phages and the Skyfires. You're not. Some people, I've noticed sometimes on this attack, if you can save some Phages, they will, or can save some Skyfire. But for a lot of bases, especially in higher trophies, you just kind of want to send it, go all in, and then you've got your Skyfires left to clean up. Now, I would still recommend that you keep your heroes up as well, because those are a good emergency or oh shit button, even if the Skyfires didn't quite get the job done. But that situation is very rare. So I'm going to show you guys some live attacks. I had some attacks on me from this attack strategy, but recently with the update, the replays aren't available. Actually, a lot of you guys tell me recently how you liked how I showcased other people's attacks on me, so I'll start doing that a little bit more, which is cool. But let's just show you some of these attacks live. So I'm not going to spend a while searching, so I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find great loot. I just want to give you guys an example of the attack. Now, actually, here's a good example of a base we shouldn't attack. And I'm kind of glad this came up, because it's got the double walls. The Phages cannot get on the inside, so we don't want to bother with that. It's kind of the meta that's forming a little bit right now, that a lot of people are starting to realize that the double wall prevents the Phages. So here's a good example. It's not a ton of loot, but I just want to showcase this. You can see there's no storages in the center. Just gonna send the Phages. I don't even know if we need to use all the Phages. Let's kind of see. We'll feel it out, because a lot of the storages look like they're kind of on the outside. I'm not too sure if we're gonna get that elixir. We did. Okay, there we go. So now we're just kind of gonna sprinkle the Skyfires all around, and we still have 49 Phages left. So even if the Skyfires didn't get it, because the sniper towers are in range, but nope, we did. So look at that. We didn't even use the full army. We only used 100 Phages and 20 Skyfires. So you can up the amount of Skyfires if you want, but the further you go, the longer it's obviously going to make the training time. Now, because we kind of have a partial army here, I'm just going to make sure I do the 20 Skyfires first, and then we'll fill the rest with Phages, and we'll go right back in. So it's pretty straightforward. You also seen how quick that was. One thing I do like about this attack is it's faster than just all Phages, because it's just get the loot, get the Skyfires. And when you start getting quicker at this, you can kind of do it simultaneously. Like, I didn't need to wait until the Phages were done to deploy the Skyfires. So I'll give you guys a live example of that, kind of going all for it. Now, I don't think those are storages in the center being upgraded. I think those are rocket towers. But let's just go for it. Like I said, I'm just showing you guys examples so I don't have to search for a ton of bases here just to find good loot right now. We're kind of going to do the same thing. I'm just going to use down to about 50, but I'm going to follow with the Skyfires right away. Look how quickly it's getting the percentage. Boom, done. Okay, I'll do one more. It's really this easy, guys. You can see that I'm consistently using the 20 Skyfires. So it's the Phages generally that I'm saving. And if I was willing to spend, you know, not worry about the time of the attack, I could deploy less Skyfires as well. So it really depends on your strategy. If you're able to Sapphire troops so you have a capsule, use the 20. Just get the 1 star as quickly as you can. However, if you're worried about troop training time, you could see I was going to get way more than the 1 star there. So let's do one more attack, and I'm going to be a little bit more particular about only using as many troops as I really need to in this one. But I want to show you guys an example of kind of just going all in, not waiting, you know, for the Phages to finish to use the Skyfires, because you kind of can just all do it at the same time. I'm sure you guys are getting a sense of how easy this is, and I know a lot of you have already been using this. That's great. Part of me still likes the all Phages just because it is saving the 2 minutes, so it's a little bit cheaper on Sapphire. But I would argue you're probably saving a little bit of time by doing this. This is actually a good example because the storages are deep. So I might have to use a lot more Phages to kind of get into those gold storages there. So I'm actually just gonna see how it goes. Still gonna try to save some. I don't know if they're gonna make it through. Oh, they did. Okay, good. Now, we're going to only try to use a couple Skyfires here, and I think there's sniper towers pretty much blocking everything. So each corner has a sniper tower. I don't think I'm going to be able to range that one. No. So this one's actually going to be a little harder. I think I might need to use some Phages. So this is a good example too. You know, if the sniper towers are going to be taking out your Skyfires, well, let's just drop some Phages because they have bulletproof. Now, there is the motor there that we have to worry about. Oh, there is one more storage. Look at that, sneaky. Okay, so we're just going all in now. I'm going to try to get this. Barracks. We're at 47%. I think I should just go all in on this trash here to kind of squeeze in the last little bit. Now, I've got my heroes too, right? You guys can see I actually missed a storage. Boom, we got the 50%. Things didn't go according to plan. I thought the Phages were going to go after the trash, but there was obviously that oil storage there. We did have to use the entire army, but there was no big risk of failing here. It wasn't like, oh crap, what am I going to do? I need to get so much percentage. And I still would have had the heroes, worst case scenario. So that was a good base to show you because it had the sniper towers. And that's really where the weakness of this attack comes in, is the Skyfires can still be hit compared to the Phages. But if you're left with the storage in the center of the base, like let's say I ran out of Phages and I still had that oil storage left, well, those Skyfires are going to be able to help me at least get the last little bit of percentage I needed before maybe I deploy the heroes. So this attack is kind of fun. I'm liking the quickness and speed of it. I'm also liking that it feels a bit more safe than all Phages. You know, like me being close to 3,800 on this account, I don't want to fail an attack. Failing an attack is losing more than 50 trophies. It takes me 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 attacks just to get that amount of trophies back, sometimes even more. So if I'm farming in a higher trophy range, this Phage Skyfire is definitely the way to go. So hope you guys appreciate this. Thanks so much for being subscribed to the channel. It really makes a big difference. Do me a favor, as always, smash that like button so we can get this content out to more people, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.